rattled down the empty road, its engine a constant hum in the stillness of the night. The road seemed endless, stretching out like a ribbon of solitude. Dust swirled in the headlights, creating ghostly shapes that danced in the darkness. The night was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. At the wheel, John gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles white. His heart ached with a pain that felt almost physical, a deep, gnawing hurt that wouldn't let go. His mind replayed the image he had found on his wife, Mary's phone. The image was seared into his memory, a cruel reminder of her betrayal, a picture that confirmed her infidelity. The betrayal cut deep, like a knife twisting in his gut. He couldn't shake the feeling of being utterly shattered. John didn't know where he was going. He just drove, letting the road take him wherever it wanted. He needed to get away, to find some semblance of peace. He just needed to escape the memories, the suffocating truth, the pain, the anger that bubbled just beneath the surface. Escape the suffocating truth, the pain, the anger, the feeling of being trapped in a life that had suddenly become a lie. He drove for what felt like hours, the silence only broken by the engine's roar. The road was a blur, the miles slipping away unnoticed. The road stretched in front of him, a dark ribbon against the night sky. It seemed to go on forever, an endless path leading nowhere. A sudden turn brought him to an abrupt stop. The tires screeched and the truck shuddered forward. A crossroads emerged from the darkness. It was a place he had never seen before, a junction that seemed to appear out of nowhere. John hadn't seen this road before. It was unfamiliar, and it filled him with a sense of unease. He felt a chill run down his spine. The air grew heavy, thick with an unspoken tension. He could swear he felt a presence, something watching him. The hairs on the back of his neck stood up, and he glanced around nervously. The engine coughed and sputtered. It died with a final reluctant sigh, leaving him in complete silence. John swore under his breath. Frustration and fear mingled in his chest, a toxic mix that made his heart race. He was stranded, alone. The darkness seemed to close in around him, pressing in from all sides. Lost in his thoughts, he didn't notice the figure approaching until it was standing right outside his window. A shadowy silhouette, barely visible in the dim light. John's heart leapt into his throat. He stared wide-eyed at the figure, unsure of what to do next. The night had taken a turn he hadn't expected, and he was left to face it alone. The figure was tall and shrouded in shadow. It stood motionless, its features obscured by the darkness. John's breath caught in his throat. He felt a strange mix of fear and curiosity.
"Who are you?"
he stammered, his voice barely a whisper. The figure remained silent, but extended a hand long and bony towards John. Its touch sent a shiver down his spine. A voice, raspy and ancient, filled his head.
"I can help you. I can give you what you desire. Vengeance."
John's heart pounded in his chest. His mind raced. He knew this was wrong. This was dangerous. But the pain of betrayal was a powerful drug.
"What do you want in return?"
he asked, his voice trembling. The figure smiled, a chilling, humorless expression.
"Your soul's desire is all I require."
The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken consequences. John didn't hesitate. He knew exactly what he wanted, what he craved.
"I want them to suffer. I want them to feel every ounce of pain they have caused me, to experience the torment that has haunted my nights and poisoned my days. Those who dare to touch what's mine, they have no idea what they have unleashed. They have crossed a line, and now they must pay the price. I want them to feel the pain they have inflicted upon me, a slow, agonizing death. Every breath they take should be a reminder of their sins, every heartbeat a countdown to their end."
The words felt like poison on his tongue. Each syllable was a bitter pill, a testament to the darkness that had taken root in his soul. The figure chuckled, a dry, brittle sound. It was a laugh devoid of joy, filled only with malice and foreboding.
"So be it. Their fate is sealed. The pact is made and there is no turning back. They will suffer as you have decreed. But be warned, mortal, Magic always comes with a price. Use your gift wisely. The power you wield is not to be taken lightly, and the consequences can be dire.
The figure vanished as quickly as it had appeared. One moment it was there, a dark presence in the night, and the next it was gone, leaving only a chilling emptiness behind. John sat there, stunned. Had that really just happened? The encounter felt surreal, like a nightmare he couldn't wake from. Was it real? Or was it just a figment of his grief-stricken mind? He questioned his sanity, wondering if the darkness had finally consumed him. He looked around, but the crossroads was deserted. The silence was deafening, the stillness unnerving. The only sound was the rustling of leaves in the night wind. It was as if the world itself was holding its breath, waiting for what was to come. He started his truck and pulled away from the crossroads. The engine's roar was a stark contrast to the eerie silence that had enveloped him. He could feel a change within him, a darkness he had never known before. It was as if a part of him had been awakened, a part that thirsted for vengeance. He pushed it down, ignoring the unease gnawing at his gut. He had made his choice, and there was no turning back now. He had gotten what he wanted. Now, it was time for his vengeance to unfold. The road ahead was dark and uncertain, but he was determined to see it through to the end.